Well, today on GeekSmart, we're back with another router install. Let's get into it. Hey folks, welcome back to GeekSmart. So today, we're doing another install on another router system, another mesh system, this time by EnGenius. This is their ESR530. This is a 2-pack. You can add more. I haven't even opened the box on this one yet. Usually, at least, I cut the tape before I start filming, but I just started filming, so I said, why not? So let me do that real quick. Alright, let's take a peek what's in this box. Alright, so here we are, the new generation home Wi-Fi. We have our pucks. We have power for each of them. Looks like just using the standard kind of like 12-volt plug on it. Again, 12-volt exactly. I'm usually more of the USB-C kind of guy, but that's alright. We do have a short Ethernet connection, which I won't use because I already have those in place, but it does come with it. It does come with, looks like, some wall mounts as well. So, yeah, alright. So this actually has the easy capability of being wall mounted. Pull these guys up here. So you can actually see the ears here where you can actually use the wall mounts for it. That's nice. To be honest about it, I always like getting things up and out of the way. Whenever you're talking about power, it always makes it a little bit difficult. Unless you can actually use power over Ethernet, which I doubt, because this is going to be 12 volt. Boy, that would be nice if it could be. But that's it. So, that is what they look like. They should be identical. Yes, they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually... Boy, it didn't really even come with... I guess this is the instructions, huh? And they just say... Let's see if it tells us anything other than... Download the EnFile app. So that's the app that we're going to be downloading. E-N-F-I-L-E. The EnFile app by EnGenius. They recommend, I guess, doing that first. And... Oh, that's the share your media. Look at that. I'm not even wrong on that one. I should have gone to step one. The EnMesh app is actually the app that you're going to be using to set up the router. Download the EnMesh app to set up Wi-Fi network. Search for EnMesh by EnGenius on App Store or Google Play. And set up the mesh network. So on the app is where we're actually going to get the instructions on how to set it up. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be like anything else where you plug the darn thing in, you set it, you connect to the app, you connect to this guy, and you do your setup. So we're going to go back to where I have my routers and my modem and such. And we're going to set up the primary one first to get that obviously up and running fully, and then we'll work on setting up the secondary. And then we're going to actually find out whether or not it's going to have to be a wireless secondary or a wired secondary. Hopefully we can do both. I always like doing wired if I can, but that said, if you watch this channel, you already understand that. Let's head back and set this guy up. Alright, so I'm back in my utility area. You can hear the air handler running, sorry about that. But that said, so first step, obviously I removed my existing router. I unplugged the power to my cable modem. And so now I have the Ethernet cable that actually comes off the cable modem, and then I have the other cable that actually goes down to my switch. Now, all we're going to do is the cable modem, the one that actually comes off of your modem or wherever you're getting your internet from, whether it's DSL, whichever, we're going to plug that one into the blue one or the wide area network port. So that's that guy here. And then we have our local area network port, the white one on this in this case, and then power. So I'm going to plug in the blue one that goes to the modem in my case, plug that in there, and then I'm going to take the other blue one that I have back here. That one's going to go, that's my local area network, and that's going to plug into my local area network port. And then this is the power cable that came with it. I just routed it already. I'm going to go ahead and plug the power into on the router and to get that started up. And then, while it's booting up as well, I'm actually going to give it a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and plug in the power on my cable modem, so it can start finding its connection. It's going to take a good little bit for it to find it, and it always does. But that case, now we're at least, this is turning on, this is turning on. We should be good. This should be restarted to get a new IP address for this. Now I'm going to go ahead and download the app while it's booting up. Okay, so we have the App Store here that I loaded up. In this case, you can go to Google Play as well. I searched for EnMesh. EnMesh for home. I'm going to go ahead and hit Get. Let it use my face. There we go. So let it download real quick. Shouldn't take too long. And then once it's downloaded, we'll continue. Okay, so we have EnMesh. I'm going to hit Open. It's going to open the app. So it looks like we're gonna, this is for login. Let's hit create new mesh network down here. So we click the wizard. That's the bottom right corner. Yes, I'm okay with you using my Bluetooth. Okay, well, we'll need the mesh router, cable, power cord. We're good. We got that in. Connect Ethernet cable to the modem. We already did that. Power it up. We have done that. And wait for the LED indicator from change to white to orange. Let's go back and look what's going on. Well, by gosh, we now have an orange blinking light. So on the app here, we're going to click orange. Allow EnMesh to use your location. I'm okay with it doing while I'm doing the app. Scan the QR code from the bottom of your device. Okay, let's head back over there. Okay, so it's asking me if it's okay to use the camera. I said yes. I'm going to go on the bottom of the device. Scan that QR code. Boom, she's scanned. Now it's device connecting. Please wait as the device connects. Alright, we're going to go ahead and hit join. So it's actually going to join the Wi-Fi network that is connecting, that it's created. So it's doing connection. Looks like we're in a fast place LED indicator up there. Keep going. Connected successfully. A few steps to start up to complete. Let's keep going. Let's head over to a better area. I think it's easier to see if I'm out here like this. Alright, we'll hit next. Name your router. Well, this one's actually in the basement. So we'll just call it basement. I could call it network closet, whatever. We're in the United States, so USA. Connecting to the internet. Internet is connected, so obviously the restart of the modem did work. Let's see. Keep trying Wi-Fi, that's fine. We'll hit next. Create mesh account. So this will be a mesh account that you're going to use that you can monitor the system. So I'm going to create my mesh account. I'll be right back. Okay, so I hit next after I put in what my username and password is going to be. Set up Wi-Fi SSID. So you can leave this default if you wanted to. I'm going to change this to my existing SSID that I always use, which is Schuster, and then my Wi-Fi password that I have been using at least the last year or so. That way all of my devices automatically connect. So if you continue to use the exact same SSID and make sure that you use the same capital letters and everything, along with the exact same Wi-Fi password, again, including capital letters where necessary, your existing devices, your old smart devices, everything that's in your home that's already currently connecting to your Wi-Fi will reconnect. So just make sure that these two are the exact same unless you want to restart from scratch. You can always change this later, so don't worry about that. Let me put my stuff in. So here it's giving you all the information. You can obviously double check your passwords, make sure you're okay with that, and then you can hit save and apply. And I'm assuming now it's actually doing a full restart. I'm going to let this, so it's at 16%. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let you know of anything that changes as it goes. So back here, we're actually not blinking orange anymore. We're now blinking white. The last time I saw it was still in the less than 50%, but I'm sure it's saving and restarting. So just as I came back, it's back. It's solid white back there now, the LED is. And now it says you're all set. Connect to EnMesh now, or would you like to add more devices? We're going to hit add more devices because we have a secondary one to actually set up yet. So I'm going to hit that. Let's see what comes up here. Let's join the Schuster Mesh Network. So before you get started, make sure you have your stuff. We do. We have the power cord. We have the secondary one here. Go ahead and power it up. Let's head upstairs. Let's find the location where we want to do it. Again, like I said to start, we're going to do wireless setup, and then we can check wired later. Okay, so here I am in my entertainment center. It needs to be dusted again. I'm just going to take the EnMesh system and actually plug in the internet to it, or I'm sorry, power to it. I do have a LAN connection down here as well. We're going to skip that. We're just going to go wireless for this time. So we're just waiting for this flashing white indicator to go blue or orange. Should just take a minute or so. Once it goes to that color, then we should be good to go and continue on in the app. Okay, so now we're blinking orange. So I'm going to come back to the app here. And we're going to swipe right to make sure that all devices are joining the network. Please wait. Please place within 3 meters of one another during setup. Alright, so there it found the network. So hit next. So I guess when it was doing it was actually searching for it automatically for us. We hit join, and hopefully it'll set it up all itself. So right now we're at 4%, 5%. It's actually connecting. We're still flashing orange back there. That's probably going to change. I'm assuming just like before, once it gets all the necessary information, it's going to go flashing white. Again, doing like a kind of a restart with the new information. And then once it goes solid white, I'm assuming that's when it's actually fully up and running. So we're going to give it a minute, and then we'll be back. So it actually did from flashing orange now to flashing blue. Still only at 46%, 47%. So just to let you know what's going on. So it was still flashing blue a second ago. It said all Wi-Fi pairing to success. All LED indicators of devices have changed to white. But it hadn't. And now it is flashing white. I'm assuming now it's restarting, and once it goes solid white, we should be fully set. So I'm going to wait until that goes solid white, and then we'll go next. And literally, as soon as I turned the camera off, it went solid white. So we'll hit next. You're all set. I'm all set. I don't have any more devices. It looked like it automatically put my stuff in there. And now we can actually see what's going on. Download, upload. That's okay. So that's actually my internet speed. So it actually did an automatic speed test, which I'm getting basically. I pay for 200, I think. So I'm getting close to what I pay for, which of course during the day. You can actually see that there is a secondary EnGenius there. Right now it is red, so it is actually telling me that it's got a low signal to the primary, which I am pretty far away from it. So I kind of chose this spot because it is the furthest spot away where I actually usually put one. Typically I have a 3-point system, I have one in between them. But it is showing me exactly what's going on with it. If I click on the device, let's see what actually comes up here. So yeah, it's showing red on that specific one. I'd like to actually see if we actually plug it in with the Ethernet, if it actually does anything. So let's do that. Alright, so I have my cable here. I'm going to plug it into the blue or the wide area network port. Oh, it actually went red there for a second. So I'm showing that I actually lost connection altogether. So let's give it a second, see if she automatically connects. So within a couple seconds, it went solid white. I go back to the app, and I go to the secondary device, and now it's showing full signal. There we go. Optimum range. Yeah, optimum range is wired. It doesn't actually say it's wired, though. We can actually also probably change it. Let's change the device location here to living room. And yeah, so like I said, I chose this spot because it does not have good Wi-Fi signal to that location. It looks like it lost connection, or it might be resetting because I just did the name. But it does say it's an optimum range. It looks like everything's good. So we're gonna go from there and find out. It looks like it has a nice little king emblem on top of the one. So let's continue. I did want to say real quick, once you put that name in, make sure you hit the blue check mark, otherwise it doesn't actually save, just so you know. And then it'll actually tell you the clients that are actually connected to each individual one. And so which days are close to those, it'll automatically connect to that guy. Otherwise, if they're close to the other one, it'll automatically connect. If we come back over to the one, it just kind of gives you the connection status, make sure everything's going. So there is one additional device on top of the actual main router itself. Wi-Fi, click on that guy. It'll give you your SSID. You can change your settings. You can change your encryption type. Let's go to advanced settings. Oh, we can change our channels if you'd like to on both the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz, or keep them on auto. Change the bandwidth from there as well. I'm going to keep everything default for now. Oh, there's more down below. Oh, that's it. And you can turn your guest Wi-Fi on there if you'd like. Devices. That's probably going to show you all the connected devices. Let's find out. Yep, so obviously that's the screen that we were on. And then we can actually probably go into individual devices maybe. Oh, maybe not. It just tells you the clients that are currently attached to each device. Diagnosis. So we can check internet speed. We can actually run speed test. Let's hit run test. Let's see what actually happens here, how it does its speed test. From here we can actually see that the basement to the living room, we can actually see looks like the version of the software that's actually currently running as well. Whether it's a wired, too close, optimum, too far. So basement to living room, wired connection, so it actually does show you. And it's 138 megabits per second between the two. Oh, that's kind of cool. And up here, it tells you your upload and download speed for the internet itself. We can actually refresh that as well. Let's hit refresh. So this test down here is actually testing between the devices that are actually on the network, and mainly your EnGenius devices. And then up here, this is going to be the actual internet speed. That I do like. I've never actually seen that in an app where you can actually test the speed between devices. That's pretty sweet. So usually these always take a second. 141, 8.92. Of course, people are on my network, but at the same time, it's during the day on midday. And well, that'll get better. It'll probably get worse before it gets better right now. And so it'll actually update that automatically. Parental control, we can go in here and actually, let's say we can create rules, a rule list, if we'd like to add to specific ones. So you can actually see the MAC addresses on all these. I wonder if I click on an individual one, let's just say, it's a kitchen. So we can actually create rules for each individual devices. Quality of service rules as well. So there's a lot of things we can do. I'm going to have more time, obviously, with this in the future. And during my review, that'll be on my Tech Gooch channel. We'll go through more of these features. But we are fully set up and running. One last note is firmware on these devices. Obviously, out of the box, they're not going to be the most up-to-date, and how you would actually update that is by clicking the menu button within the app itself, clicking on the settings, and then within here, you'll see the firmware upgrade. If we actually select that, it'll actually then look at the actual devices, in this case, both my nodes, and check the actual firmware. Right now, we should be good. It is up to date. I did actually update one, and then it actually auto-updated the other one. I do recommend putting auto-update on their firmware, because they're obviously always working on bugs and such like that. So that is how you update the firmware. If it was not up to date, it would let you know up here, and you can select it and let it update itself. So it's kind of weird. It doesn't give you like a percentage while it's actually doing it, but... well, I shouldn't say that. It does, but it doesn't. I've only done one. Otherwise, it did the auto update for the rest. But it does work. So that's how you can check it, and that's where you can update it. So there we have it. That is the full setup of the Smart Mesh router from EnGenius. I'm looking forward to seeing how well this does. I really am, especially with a 2-node system. Now, everybody's house is a little bit different, and if you're familiar with some of my other videos and what I've done in the past, Wi-Fi systems in my specific house have troubles. So if we're going to have a range issue, I'm going to be probably the first one to know about it, because in this house it eats Wi-Fi signals. So that said, guys, so far everything looks good. The app looks like it's going to maybe take a little getting used to from the last one I did, but I have high hopes. So EnGenius, I will put links down below where you can take a peek at this guy. If you have any questions, post those below. And head over to techgooch.com is actually where you can get directly a hold of me for this channel as well. So once I have the full review done of this, I will put a link down in the description where that review will be done. I usually like at least 2 weeks of use on this before I actually do a review video. That way I have more of an average use, especially from my wife's work from home, my business, my uploading stuff, my kids using TVs. Everything kind of gets used over that generalistic period of time, and I have more of a reliability standpoint. So, have any questions, post those below. Again, techgooch.com. You can actually get a hold of me there. Like, subscribe, comment if you can. If you hit the bell, hey, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, again, like I said, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch us back here for a future video install right here on GeekSmart. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for sticking to the end. So I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.